Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa Martinez. I am going to show you my audience. I'm going to talk to you guys about why I feel that schools should have mandatory school uniforms. I'll tell you first why I chose this topic. It involves an incident that happened this past February at my youngest son's school. A young girl was brutally attacked in her classroom. This girl was previously bullied by the same girls that attacked her. She was in class, she had just gotten to class, didn't even have the chance to take off her backpack. The teacher was in the classroom as well, so another group of students made a ruckus in the hallway trying to distract the teacher, getting her out of the classroom. Once the teacher was out of the classroom, another group of young girls came in, pushed her to the ground, started kicking her, punching her, pulling her hair, everything that you could imagine that they were doing. It took the teacher more than 30 seconds to hear this ruckus that was going on in her classroom, came in, pulled the other girl off of the student. When I heard about this, much less it was in the news, I was shocked. So I asked my son what had happened. His nonchalant way was, "Oh, it happens all the time." I said, "What do you mean it happens all the time?" I said, "Why would they do something like that?" And he said, "Probably because she's pretty, or because of what she was wearing, or because she was dressing nice, or whatever, something to that effect." That kind of shocked me because of the way she was dressed. She was attacked, she was jumped. That's one of the main reasons why I feel like we should have uniforms in school. Our kids have enough pressure that they shouldn't have to go to school and get worried about being jumped because of what they look like or what they were wearing. So with this, I wanted to show you, this is my thesaurus, and I wanted to actually give you two meanings. If you look up in the dictionary what uniform means, its meaning is of the same form with others, conforming to one rule or mode, consonant. If we look in the thesaurus, here are a few key words that stand out: constant, indifferential, equitable, stable, and compatible. My main points that I'm going to talk to you guys is about school violence, success in the classroom, and the cost effectiveness of school uniforms. The first thing we're going to talk about is violence in the classroom. I just gave you an example of what could be avoided if we have mandatory school uniforms. As I was doing my research, I came across this article in familyeducation.com. This article had input from a child and teen psychologist and from an assistant school principal. Dr. Alan Hiffler, senior psychologist in the Children's and Adolescent Unit at Manamondes Medical Center, says uniforms do eliminate competition, pressure, and assaults perpetrated by other kids on younger kids for their sneakers or other possessions. They also allow some kids to focus better, especially in lower grades. Also from the assistant principal, he had a few things to say. He says that he knows kids don't generally like uniforms. I mean, who really likes to wear uniforms? But he has noticed that kids that say they don't like uniforms, that they are glad that they have them. One of the kids that he's talked to has even said, "Uniforms make the school safer, but I don't like them. I wouldn't like them either. But if they make us safer, then I think that we should probably think about doing that." The second point that I'm going to talk to you about is success in the classroom. As I was doing more research, I came across another article. It was on 19actionnews.com. It's a newscast that's out of Ohio. This article was based on a study of 6 big city Ohio public schools that showed students who require to wear uniforms have improved graduation rates. graduation, behavior, and attendance rates. One of their key researchers, Virginia Dre of Youngstown State University, reported that mean graduation rates rose nearly 11% at schools that required uniforms compared to pre-uniform years. Non-uniform schools mean graduation drops 6.4% compared with the earlier years. So we've covered a little bit about school violence. We've covered success in the classroom. So the last thing that I'm going to touch upon is the cost effectiveness. Prior to this, the cost debate over school uniforms versus regular street clothes have been a big debate lately. According to another research that was done, the cost of school uniforms is about $249 per year. That's expensive, but that's not too bad compared to others. I was reading an article in the New York Post. It was talking about the cost of school uniforms. It states the average 10-year-old is worth $729 when he or she leaves for school. Of course, that's including sneakers, a t-shirt, pants, an iPod, cell phone, backpack, the contents of the backpacks, which could include their gym uniform or their school supplies. And that's what comes to $729.50. According to this article, that's the national average. Of course, if we take off the cell phone or the iPod, that's going to lessen the blow, but it still is more expensive than the cost of uniforms. That figure is way more expensive, but I don't know about you guys, but I would probably like to use spend the lesser amount. So, in my conclusion, I would like to see if there's any questions in the audience about uniforms. If not, we'll simply just say if everybody agrees that maybe we should think about uniforms being mandatory in school. If you agree, please say aye.
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 Thank you. I just think that it's real important that we think about the importance of school uniforms, about uniting the kids as one. Maybe it'll bring up their self-confidence. We need to look at the bigger picture of causing, the school violence needs to end. Maybe that'll help it lessen the blow, the cost effectiveness, and the success in the classroom. So with that, I hope you guys got something out of this. And I want to thank my audience.
Good job.